Hey, good people. Before we get into this video, I want to ask you guys a couple questions. Are you fed up with just spinning your wheels throughout your days? Or maybe has change occurred in your life and you currently have a routine, but it's just time to switch it up? Well, don't fret, because I am going to walk you through steps of how to build a routine in this video. But first, if you've not seen my prior videos, the importance of a routine and what's in a routine and the power it has, please go check those out. For everyone else, let's get into building a routine. Before I get into the steps though, I do want to say that in doing research and talking with my friends and family, I have found that we give up on the idea of building a routine instead of maybe paying attention to change that has occurred in our life and then allotting time to make a plan for that change. So with that being said, let's get into the steps to build a routine. I've got my notes here, so I'm gonna walk you through what I feel the important steps are. And first is planning time to plan. Just like I recently said, allotting the time is something that we just don't do, and we end up on this vicious cycle of spinning our wheels throughout the days. So the first step in building your routine is to plan time to plan. The second is to envision. I think it's very important to envision what you want your day to look like. So we know you're spinning your wheels, or you know that there's change, but knowing those things isn't enough. Envisioning what you want your days to look like with the changes that have occurred or without spinning your wheels is very important. The next step, number 3, would be to focus on an area of your life that you want to improve. This area may be the area that also has change that has happened, and that's fine, and it may not. But even still, focusing on areas of your life that you want to improve will help break down your daily movement. It's when we look at our entire day, we want to fix everything, where we get, it could get overwhelming, and then we completely just forget about, building a routine. So the third step, I would just say, focus on an area of your life and plan from there. The fourth step would be decide when you work best. So not everybody operates the same, right? So we have morning people, we have midday, we have evening, we have night owls. So who are you? And understand who you are when you work best and incorporate that in your plan. The fifth step, I would say, would be round up. So that area in your life, think about what goes into that. So I have down what tasks go into that area of life. And to give you an example, for me, improvement would be mental clarity for me. So that looks like I work best in the morning, and the tasks that go with that would be my devotional, taking a walk, and then getting dressed before I read emails. And those are the tasks that I, have thought about and that fit in that area of my life. So I've rounded those up, and I can go from there and, continue to plan. The next thing would be chunking. So I just listed 3 tasks, right? My devotional, taking a walk, and then getting dressed. So chunking would be the way you want to operate. So you have 3 tasks, and you can do them in any order. I personally will choose waking up, reading my devotional, then taking a walk so that I can think about what I read, and then getting dressed. That way I've got time for it to really like melt and just become me. I can really feel it and allow myself to meditate on what I read for longer than 2 seconds, right? I just want to make sure I really understand. If I don't understand, I have time to revisit before checking my emails. So that's the way that I would chunk it. The next step would be to assign time. So commit yourself to your routine. This is so crucial because writing, things down is great. But if there's no commitment to it, that you really, it's just words on paper. So whether you put it in your calendar, you write a Post-it note, you make multiple reminders, you set an alarm, whatever you got to do to own that time to execute your routine, do it. And lastly, step 8 would be to execute and practice your routine. So like I said in the prior step, if it's written down, that's great, but it does no justice for you if it's just sitting on paper. So you have to take that paper and put it into practice by executing. And those would be the 8 steps that I would suggest in building your routine. So let's go through those again. Number 1, plan time to plan. Number 2, envision. Number 3, focus on an area of life. Number 4, decide which time of day works best for you. Number 5, round up those tasks. Number 6, chunk. Number 7, assign time. And lastly, number 8, execute and practice your routine. So I hope that was helpful for you guys, and feel free to ask me any questions. But I really think right now is such a perfect time after this video. And I encourage you to really plan the time to plan right after this video. Plan the time to plan for your routine, because what better time than now to do so. All right, you guys take care and be blessed.